Okay, y'all that talk about plastic lasting 1,000 years. If the bugs that did this can do this in the right environment, plastic doesn't last 1,000 years. This was done in one night. I was cutting grass with my lawnmower. I ran out of gas, walked up, got my can, walked it out to where the mower was at, filled the mower up, left the can sitting there. Finished cutting grass, put my mower up that night, but because the can was sealed, I left it where it was at. Went to get it the next day. When I picked it up, I felt gas hitting me on the foot. I couldn't figure out what it was. And then I realized that the can looked like somebody had shot it with buckshot. But I knew that this wasn't buckshot because it didn't really look like buckshot. It looked like somebody took a tiny little drill bit and just drilled through it. And it's everywhere. Everywhere. Holes everywhere. You can see them. See the seam? But anyway, all right, let me show you. See that little round spot right there? See how it's black? Another one right there. Those are actually the bugs that died in the hole. This happened actually overnight by bugs. Right here. See, here's where they really like the seam. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, I think it is. Along that seam. They really love that seam. I don't know if it's in whatever's used to make this stick together, the adhesive or whatever is used, or if it's burnt to make it, connect together. But see all these holes? I mean, literally everywhere. Everywhere you see me touching, there's a hole. And there's just that many all over this thing. And this happened in one night. Like I said, one night. And they were gone the next day, all but the ones that died in the hole. Carried it to a local college that does a whole thing with bugs and animals and zoology and stuff like that. And they actually took a couple of these out of the holes. And said they were going to study them. Said they knew of a beetle that could do this. And like I said, all these little holes, you're talking about 1/4 of an inch of plastic. Or maybe a little bit thicker. And they're all the way in there. I could stick something, down. I mean, I don't know if I got anything right here that is hard enough for me to stick in that hole. But you see, I mean, these holes go in. You could easily put a BB inside them holes, and it would sink completely in it. But like I said, this right here, there's one right there that's in there. This happened overnight. So I mean, you could imagine if you was to take this thing, if you had a vat of them, if you see them little flesh-eating beetles that they'll put like skulls and stuff in and all that eats all the flesh and all that off of the skull. And they put it in this vat that's nothing but them beetles. If you was to set this in that thing with beetles, I mean, that was just a full mound of the beetles. I mean, I have no doubt they could demolish this can in a day or two at most. So when you're talking about plastic and it being around for 1,000 years, depends on the scenario. Because there's nobody that's tested 1,000-year-old plastic. Plastic hasn't been around for 1,000 years. So they haven't found discarded plastic from 1,000 years ago in the pyramids of Giza. So anyway, that's just my little thing, and just like I said, just showing you what happens, what nature can do. You put plastic in a controlled environment, and of course it's going to last forever while you study it. You put it in a vat of these beetles or whatever in the heck this was that done this to this can, and it ain't gonna last no time. I'm all for protecting the environment and reducing plastic, but I also know that there's things in nature that can take care of plastic. All right, that's my little rant.